So what I'm going to try to do is give you the quick version of me making sourdough. This will be my third time to make it. We will have no idea if the bread is going to turn out. Just thought I would take you along. It is a long process. So the bread that I'm making today won't be baked until Wednesday. So I'll just give you the little lowdown. The recipe that I'm using, I'll put it into the description of this video. And you guys can come along for this long journey of making sourdough bread. So first, I need to make the leaven, which I did last night. I tucked it into my oven. It was a little warmer in there. So I'm gonna go grab that out and see how nice and fresh and live it looks. Let's go see. So this is my sourdough starter. I keep it in this jar. So I fed it last night, so it's doubled in its size and smells fabulous. Very, very pungent. So you can read up about how to make a starter. It's just flour and water, and then you're just catching the wild yeast in the room. So last night, to make my leaven, I took out some of the sourdough starter, added some white flour, added a little bit of whole wheat flour and some water. Again, it was just about half. So this is a beautiful starter for our loaves, and we'll be making 2. Everything is going to be measured on a scale. So I have my handy dandy scale here, my bowl, and I will just be resetting it to 0 as I add. So right now we are just going to be mixing the dough. So we've already got our leaven, boop, and then we're gonna mix up the dough. So I'll let you watch that. So that's all mixed. The starter's ready, but this whole sourdough thing, it's just a hurry up and wait. And there's just a lot of steps. I really love this press and seal because we are gonna be covering it, keeping it. This press and seal works really good over the bowl because then I can use it for the entire day and it just keeps sticking because we are gonna just be letting it sit. So this is gonna go into the oven with the light on just because it's warmer. My house is usually fairly cold, so it's all ready and sealed to keep it moist. And it will go into the oven and rest for an hour. So you can come back later. Okay, so that's been an hour. So now we're gonna mix the dough starter with our leaven. And the process for this is I'm gonna make some divots in there, and then I'm going to add in our sourdough that's been pumped up. So that's what we have to do now, incorporated that. Then it's gonna rest, and then we're gonna add our salt and our water. So that is mixing our leaven with our dough. Now we put it back in with our handy dandy press and seal. Again. Oh, maybe I have it the wrong way, I don't know. Maybe there's a right way and a wrong way, I don't know. And now it has to go sit again and wait. 20 minutes has passed. Now we're gonna add our salt and water. My dough is shiny. I probably could have mixed it a little bit more, but I will be doing lots more in this next because this is gonna be our folding. So to start, I'm going to just add the salt to the water. Mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna pour it on top. Off our handy dandy scale. And then we dimple it, and we just start incorporating that water till we get it all done. In, mixed, fold and mix. So I think our slap and fold is what it's called. Figured you need to hear at least one slap and fold or 2. So there is a little bit of water left in here. And that just helps, you know, for it to not stick so much to my hands. But we want this kind of slap, fold. It's adding air. So there are some sourdough recipes where you're not doing any of this sort of slap folding thing. It's no need. So this is kind of a type of kneading, but we're just gonna keep doing it until it's nice and smooth. Let it drop so I can get a nice fold in it. I need a little bit of flour as well, but I can just use the water. Water is the best. And now we're gonna leave him alone, put him back in for another 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Now we're gonna do stretch and fold. So stretch and fold, so you can see, we're gonna stretch up the, well, let me get some water on my hands. That just makes it easier. Giving the dough a stretch, folding it over, and then doing the other sides. Stretch and fold. So, I had it down for all those other ones up higher. There we are. All right, so we've done all those fold and turns and whatnot, and we did 3 at 15 minutes between and then 3 at 30 minutes between. And so now we're ready to set our bread, our sourdough, into what would be bannetons, which I don't have. So I'm just gonna use these kind of bowls with some parchment paper. We need to have our water handy as we bring it out. Back down you go. So some water on my hand so that it doesn't stick as much. Look at that beautiful dough. Let's hope it turns out. Looks nice, even though I have no idea. So some people do weigh it out to make sure that they have even. I'm gonna fall over here. I just look at it to see, you know, where is my line, and they recommend just, you know, kind of making a line just to keep it an idea of where you're gonna be for the flour, and then on the fingers and on your cutter, and then you just cut through. And then we're gonna take this one, I'm gonna take my left-handed, take it over, let go of that. And do the same thing with this one. So we get this nice little round, 2 round balls. This guy's gonna be bigger from the looks of it. Space. And we let those rest for a few minutes while I flour. We'll do the big one first. So again, I think I end up putting too much flour out, so my last ones, they had a lot of flour on them. We're just gonna do it like that. Little cut. Oh, I better get some water. Just to lift it. And over it goes. And then our last fold is we're going to take this side, put it up halfway, This one over, last one over, and then the final one, lift up and right over to a roll. And that was great. I place them in my bowl, just like a so. There it is, all lovely in there. And we just cover them loosely. Same thing for this guy. Some of my flour. And turn him over. A little out of the way. Fold up, fold up, fold up. Last fold, and over he goes onto the parchment. So now they go into the refrigerator and we will bake them up tomorrow morning. So we will finish this tomorrow. Good night. Have a good sleep. Well, good morning. It's bread baking time. So we've got our hot Dutch oven here that has been heated up for about an hour at 500. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour in the bottom of our pan. It's all very, very hot. So I've left my little oven mitts on. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour on my hands as well. I'm going to carefully take our dough and plunk him in there, hopefully quickly, and not burn myself. There we go. Then we have to score it extra. We want the steam to be able to go. So usually you do a score, but I'm actually just going to do, cuts. Some nice deep cuts. And back into the oven it goes. We cook it like this for 20 minutes and then take it off and let it cook. We bring the temperature down and then let it cook for the rest of the time. That's 20 minutes. And so now we're going to go and check on it and see how it looks. And to see if we can remove the lid. Oh, that's looking very lovely. We'll stick it back in there. He looks nice and high. That's been my goal, is to get it up higher. Now, we cook it for the rest of the time. We'll be back. Okay, it's done. Let's go see. Hello, bread! Oh, that's good. Check that out. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous loaf. Now I gotta go do it all over again. Be right back. Loaf number 2, done. Come on, look at that baby. Look at that baby bread. He's a little wider, but he still looks great. Whew, that's hot. Loaf number 2, loaf number 1. And you're supposed to let them sit for at least 2 hours, but we've got some really great lift in the first one. And you can see here all these little bubbles. These are really, really good signs of a good loaf. Let's check the other one. Not as many. Oh, you know, yeah, there is lots of bubbles there. If I get it to the light, but there's our 2 loaves. I do like this process, even though it's much longer and has more things to do in it. The first loaf I made, it was just put it all in, mix it up, cook it. But there's just something about watching, you know, the gluten strands stretch and learning how to do bread. So even though this is a longer process, I really like it. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to eat the bread. A couple other things. They say you keep it in paper bags. That keeps the crust nice and hard. But I find that I like mine in plastic because I just like it to be a little softer on the crust. So anyway, hey, we made bread!